Someone's dropped out like a kid in school.
Alright guys, it is semi-final time. Orange Esports versus MUFC. I'm sure everyone has been waiting for this clash of the titans to be going up against each other. MUFC, of course, very popular among people, and of course Mushi and his team in orange, very popular as well. So I'd like to know in the chat if you guys which team you guys are actually supporting in this game. MUFC going to go for the first ban Shadow Demon. Orange Esports, we have been following them quite a bit here today in the quarterfinals, and MUFC of course haven't been following them. A little bit unfortunate, but we only can cast one game at a time, so yep. Bad Rider gonna be banned out by Orange. And next assassin will be Knights or Life Stealer will be the next one. And I hear some of your well, I've seen some of your feedback, and I'll try to talk a lot slower this time because apparently some of you guys can't catch me as I talk a little bit too fast. So I'll be looking to talk a bit slower this round. I'll try and keep my excitement in check, if that's what it means. So, meanwhile, guys, thanks for waiting so patiently. The game has finally started. I did go to eat a little bit of, get a little bit of dinner. With casting since 3 PM, I haven't been getting a lot of water as well as food. Water a little bit, I guess. And actually, for the first time today, we'll see MUFC pick up the Lone Druid. Finally, the guy gonna go through into the the ban phase into the picks, because Weaver was banned. It's a Weaver ban from Orange. So Weaver ban from Orange, very interesting. But it does allow the Lone Druid to get through. It's like MUFC, well, gonna be picking that up because Southeast Asian Dota, or rather China Dota as well, Southeast Asian Dota, they all just love the Lone Druid because the Lone Druid is a battering ram. It can be used to siege bases very quickly. Lone Druid, just being a flexible hero, can go on any lanes, off lanes, solo mid, any way you want, he can do it. He can even go in the jungle in the most rare of situations, and he'll do fine because he does have his bear. His bear will be able to pull out the creep wave, and unlike other offlane solos, he will be getting some level of farm if he does get a good creep pull off. And Rubik as well as Koto gonna be picked up by MUFC. Very standard pick coming out now. Orange, are they going to go with their silencer pick? We have seen this before. It's been done many times. Silencer. Orange love this silencer, but Magnus and Nyx Assassin could be picked up of them. Very standard picks here, so we're going back into our common meta game. We see it every day here in Dota. Magnus, just such a strong hero, too powerful in my opinion. Needs to be nerfed down a little bit, so we see a little bit less of him. But Nyx Assassin, the Shrek combo will be the name of the game here for Orange, and gonna see who is doing. Well, we're gonna see how it goes out. And well, you guys never asked who is casting. I'm Lysander Zenora, and I just got back for dinner. I've been casting the entire day here on Beyond the Summit stream. They're very kind to have let me have this opportunity to cast among you for you guys here. So I'm really honored, and I hope I can meet up to your expectations. And big shout out to Dota Talk, Western Digital, as well as Gigabyte for hosting this awesome tournament. A lot of great epic fights, a lot of very clutch picks. And now we're gonna see anti-mage ban out here. MUFC not wanting to deal with the AM, and DK going to be banned out by Orange. So those, I would say, kind of number 2 carries being banned out here by Orange. Not wanting to deal with some of Winter's more favored. I mean, MUFC's more favored heroes, and right now I think the players' names are a bit. Yeah, all of them are very hard to read. 2 of them are named Armageddon. All of them are named Armageddon. Oh my god, I'll have a lot of problems with the Orange guys. I need to ask admins for the names. Yep, so MUFC just trolling with the names. Armageddon 007, Armageddon, and only this guy, professional gambler, and FZY is not It's not using the game attack of Armageddon, but right now Quap as well as Alchemist going to be banned out. Yeah, Quap as well as Alchemist are going to be banned out. Winter just going to be holding it back in, not wanting to show any of his strats here.
Pack. Orange's turn to pick.
So it's Winter, Da, Bilu, Tif, Ling, TFG, and FZ. Alright, I'll need to keep that in mind. Someone said in my chat. Yeah, I can't really monitor it as well. But yeah. So Puck's going to be picked up by here by MUFC, and that's the problem with solo casting. You have to really tab out in and out of things. But now it looks like a Rubik, Kotal, and Lone Druid tri-lane, unless another carry does come in for MUFC here. But it does look like Lone Druid will be the off-lane guy here. Puck will be middle lane against that Magnus, and I like to see Puck against Magnus. Puck is just such a good hero against this Magnus lineup because of the Dream Coil as well as the Silence. If you get the Silence up on Magnus, Magnus won't be able to cast off his RP for obvious reasons. And of course the Dream Coil does limit his movement, so if he does go for the Skewer, it will snap off, it will snap the coil and he gets stunned. So unable to instantly go in for the RP, might get lifted up by the Rubik and will go down. And yeah, so according to them it's Winter, Horntrash, Ling. Yeah, they're just trolling me with the names. I really can't get the names there. So this is Ling. Wait, it's Winter, Horntrash on the Winter, Horntrash, Ling, who's the fourth guy, and FZY. So the second guy is Horntrash player according to chat. So thanks to you guys. And it's just gonna be a Juggernaut last pick here from Winter. MUFC going with the Juggernaut on that tri-lane. Rubik, Kotal as well as Juggernaut. Very strong pickup here. Rubik with the pickup and Juggernaut with the spin, and Kotal Blast on top of that going to deal a lot of early damage. And I don't see Lestrak or Nyx Assassin or even Gyrocopter surviving through that kind of damage. But Orange do have the power of Magnus at their side, and follow up with a call down. It could be, it could lead to disastrous results. We're gonna see how they're gonna run this. Lone Druid, of course, if he does get the root chance, and it's gonna be root gaming. We're gonna see if root gaming actually does work for MUFC here. If it does, Orange Esports will have very little to contend with. Meanwhile, the Dire will be looking to pick up the last hero. Is it gonna be a Doombringer? But I don't think so. The Doombringer would be a pretty cool cool pickup here, I guess. The Doom on the Juggernaut would be that Silence. The Doom, of course, does take the Juggernaut out from his spin, and that's a pretty big mechanic and to know about. Of course, Doom will work really well on Puck as well, but I'm not really sure if Doom will be the last pick here. It's probably going to be on off-lane hero. And they did ban out the Weaver as well as the Queen of Pain for themselves. Lifestealer is taken out, so it's probably going to be a Windrunner. Again, Broodmother. So Orange Esports going with the Broodmother, and again we see the Broodmother once again in our GST April main event here. Orange going to be picking up the Broodmother. We're going to see how that goes. They do have a Kotal, so Broodmother, not sure if that's going to be that good, because you will be feeding a lot of spiders to the Kotal as well as the Puck, and they do have a lot of burst damage coming out from anti-push coming from MUFC. Juggernaut spin as well, so very good against that. So waiting for the heroes to be picked up by the players, and we'll be going right into our semi-final between Orange Esports and Invasion MUFC. Winter versus Mushi. Alright. Just gonna take a last look at the chat, guys.
Places, everyone.
Alright. So I was taking a little chat, so you'll be staying on the river for a while there. I'll be going through the players very shortly, picking up my Dire HUDs, Dire Hut, or Frostivus. I'm feeling a bit of winter right now. Ha ha ha. Anyway, we'll be going into the game and we'll run through the team very shortly. MUFC is gonna be trolling me with the name, so it's gonna be Winter. Rubik is gonna be Winter. And let me see, Horntrash player. Yes, he's changed his name. And Ling is gonna be Professional Gambler 2. But it's gonna be Ling, and they're gonna be meeting each other here, so we're gonna hold that thought. There is gonna be Koto Blast. Is that gonna be Koto Blast? Instant pick up here, double stun here coming out from the Nyx Assassin. Koto Blast goes out over Mushi. Mushi gets hit by the op, and Lust Baby will pick up the first blood.
A fascinating substance.
Skewer does take KYXY out of the fight here, so very interesting first blood going out, and Mushi already hits the dirt. And that's gonna be a good start out here from Invasion. MUFC Puck does get an early goal lead advantage, so he does have his bottle with that first blood. So Lust Baby. Yep, yeah, he will be getting that bottle. He'll be playing the Puck on the middle lane. Koto will be getting the double damage rune. He is Ling, and this is Horn Trash player. Horn Trash player will be the Juggernaut, and Winter, of course, on the Rubik. FZYF Fizzy. FZY. Yeah, FZY will be on the Lone Druid, and up here, Ohio playing the Brood Mother once again. Hopefully he doesn't do as horrendously as he did in the previous game, where he went 0 for 4 or 1 for 4 in the early stages. And now Net will be on the Leshrac. Mushi, the guy that just crashed and burned, will be Gyrocopter, and Extinct will be on the Nyx Assassin. Solo mid will be KYXY on the Magnus. Bring up the last hits and denies here. Already, Magnus up at 1 for 1, Puck at 0 for 1. Good throw and up. Already has the bottle advantage over the KYXY here. KYXY will be rushing a bottle up here as soon as possible. Gyrocopter, meanwhile.
Drive harder next time. Impious.
Right, so let me just check a little bit of things for a moment there.
Denied.
Okay, just fixed up some of my stuff, and now we're gonna see Nyx Assassin trying to get a snipe off here. Gonna get picked off, and there might be a spin here. There's gonna be a spin, and Sting might be going down here. Impale goes out on Rubik, so he's gonna escape out of this, but Juggernaut is really fast. And there's a Counterblast gonna catch him on the edge. Not gonna be hitting here. And the Split Earth does land on Ling. Yes, Ling, that's Ling. Ling is gonna be hit by the Split Earth, but not gonna be doing too much here. Mushi staying a bit far back here with the Rocket Barrage, but Nyx Assassin has to come back in here. We'll be disrupting this pool a little bit. Might actually help them to pull. Yeah, it's gonna pull away the creeps so that Winter can't get the pull off. So very clever pull here from that Nyx Assassin. So deny one wave of pull. We're going to allow Mushi as well as the Leshrac to get a little bit of farm and EXP. Meanwhile, Puck will get a haste rune, so that guarantees the 4-minute rune for himself unless a support does come in to get the rune. And KYXY not looking too good for himself. Will be walking a courier. Yeah, walking the water back. Might want to go for the flying courier very soon. Brood Mother meanwhile has a sentry ward here on FZY, so it has to be very careful. Ohio. Lucky that the root does not, the bear does not have root just yet. Right, so Mushi. Right, so Mushi meanwhile will be getting up to 2 last hits. Very good start for him indeed. Mushi not gonna be happy about that. And here comes the pick off again, and Leshrac will be the target of this gang this time. Koto with the Juggernaut will be picking up the Leshrac, and Extinct will be taking a little bit of spin damage as well. But Leshrac goes down. That's 2-0 here. Tri-lane pick up another kill. So this lane not working out for Mushi and gang. He's going to be a little bit sad about that. MUFC with the Juggernaut pick, very strong. And you can't actually go on the Juggernaut as well because he has the spin, and with the Koto, he constantly has mana for a spin. So long Rubik comes in for the pickup, you're dead. And with the Koto Blast on top of that, it's a lot of damage coming your way. And Leshrac as well as Nyx Assassin won't be able to survive. Bacillus is up on Mushi, so he will be able to tank some right clicks. But still, the spin, getting up to level 2 now, is going to do a lot more damage as well. With the healing wall, going to be able to bring up all those supports that have been taking damage in the clashes back to full health. And this is why it does break the equilibrium, so to speak, from the tri-lane here. But Mushi and gang still going to be sticking to this tri-lane, not going to abandon it just yet. But if they do give away a few more kills, they might actually have to throw away this lane and maybe look for a rotation. Lone Druid maybe to come down, Brood Mother maybe come down to deal with this. And Brood Mother isn't actually doing the best against Lone Druid right now, although her spiders will look to overwhelm the Lone Druid eventually. She's not going for a soul ring, so she would not have she won't be having any chance at getting this. And it's going to be another pick off here. Nope, double damage here for Leshrac. level damage for Leshrac, and then more bottle coring from KYXY. He has 500 gold here. He will be going towards that bottle as well as the boots. And meanwhile, Last Baby gonna be being very aggressive here. Level 5 up on him. Looks for the shockwave, doesn't find it. 23 last hits on the Lone Druid. 21 for the Magnus. With the constant shockwave spam, nice Puck dodge here. Puck gonna get 20 last hits out of the back of that. Haste Rune gonna get that bottle. No, not gonna get double damage rune. So there was a support pickup. So sad for him. Extinct meanwhile up at level 2 has gone for a point in mana burn. Leshrac still at level 1. Hasn't chosen whether to go into Lightning or Edict. Possibly Lightning because you usually see Lightning on the tri-lane Leshracs. But Edict could be useful when you want to take the towers. And KYXY meanwhile will be denying the meat wagon here. So you can be very happy about that last step. And he's going to be going for the John. Is he going to go for the Courier Snipe? Not going to go for it. For a moment there it looked like he was going to go for the Courier Snipe. But he's not. Because it is a flying one. And it's very hard to take down alone. So meanwhile, KOXY have the creep wave pushed to his tower, and Last Baby will be bring his bottle back to the well, and just filling it right up. Ohio meanwhile, 26 last hits on him, goes for the Soul Ring. So yep, started out with 2 Sages Mask just for the mana regen. Goes for the mana regen here. FZY gonna be staying back a little bit, using the bear to pull the creep wave to his tower to get some experience. Contrast player meanwhile, getting all the open space here just to farm Leshrac, getting a couple of creeps here from that pool. I think he did pull it from here. He pulled it from here all the way up. Nyx Assassins probably did that. Sentry Ward gonna de-ward out any observers in the map. And Koto meanwhile already hitting level 4, 2 points in Chakra, 2 points in Illuminate, and Rubik up at level 3 with 2 points in Fate Bolt. And this looks a lot better for MUFC. The tri-lane for Mushi isn't exactly working out. He has hit level 4 up to 17 last hits. Juggernaut's up at 19. So Mushi is not bad. Actually got quite a bit of last hits here. But be careful not to get picked off. There is no observer wards watching Rubik's movement. So if Rubik does come in from the trees, Mushi might find himself in a lot of trouble. Leshrac does come in with the Invis rune. Once again, controlling up the runes, denying Puck of any possible rune rotation. And now Mushi is going to get some experience. And Leshrac might actually look for a split of stun here. Possibly not going on the Juggernaut, go for the Rubik instead. And Counter Blast. Looks to fly out on Mushi. Mushi will take a lot of damage from this 225 damage going to take on him. And Nyx Assassin get picked up here. Is that going to spin? There is going to be a spin. There is going to be a pickup as well. Splitter follow. And there's been a coin. Rotation in from Puck. Puck is going to get it. Counter Blast is going to fly over the top of Nyx. And Puck will just take the life of Leshrac as well. And it's going to be 5-0 in favor of MUFC. And it was, wow, it was Gyrocopter going down. I thought it was the Kotal or the Rubik going down, but Rubik didn't die. He does pop the flask back up to full health.
You are too kind.
And it's going to be fine. And apparently I'm bugged out right here.
Coming apart.
I just realized that you guys probably can't see any of the overlays that I selected.
Radiant's mid tower could use a hand.
So the overlays are purely for my own enjoyment. So meanwhile, FZY has the Tranquil Boots up, as well as the Orb of Venom. Brute Mother is going to be very aggressive. Like I said, Lone Druid will be eventually pushed out of this lane. So bringing back the old school Brute Mother to deal with this, well, I would say hot meta pick Lone Druid. Lone Druid, very strong off laner, but one of the things he can't do is anti-push. And Brute Mother is extremely good at pushing. And right now we're going to see this tier 1s fall without any competition. But 3 heroes smoked up here for Lone Druid. Lone Druid sending out his Panda to scout out the towers here, and they're going to be backing off just to not obstruct the bear. And FZY having the ninja sense to not get caught out here. Magnus does his RP. They're going to loop around, going to dive the tier 2 tower, and there might be a rotation in from Puck here actually. Puck does bottle up the regen rune, and he might actually break Leshrac smoke. Spider playing very aggressive. Has the Spider's going to be scouting out the Puck here. And here comes Koto. Here comes Koto. Here comes Rubik. The call is going to be snapped. Ohio. We're going to go for it. Is there a sentry ward? There is no. There's an RP here on 2. Koto's going down. Split of hits on 2. Rubik as well as Koto going to go down. Leshrac smashed up by the Omni Slash. And I don't think Xting is going to get caught out here. There is. Yep, there's going to be a face boot. So there actually might be a kill. There's going to be a spin here on Xting. Xting has to be careful. There is no RP. Xting will go down. Double kill here for Horn Trash player. Dominating kill on him already. Last Baby. Very good rotation in. Brute Mother did manage to get out of that alive. There was no true sight for him. So he will be okay. Meanwhile, KYXY has rotated down bottom. Trying to get some momentum going as well as take down the tier. Do some damage to the tier 1 tower. Doubtful if he's going to get it, but he could do a lot of damage with the shockwave spam as well as Arcane Boots up on him already. He's looking towards the Blink Dagger, can get it in about 1k gold. Meanwhile, Mushi not having the time of his life at all. Only Boots and Basilius up on him along with the Magic Wand. If you look at the gold per minute, gold per minute has been very high for Magnus as well as Bat Rider. Brute Mother, 400 gold up on her, and Magnus up at 350. So very good. Juggernaut in the Trident 340, but Mushi just sitting at a 230 there, so not doing too well. It's gonna get picked up by the Rubik if he's not careful. It's gonna be getting out of there. Luckily for him, he does move pretty fast, and Rubik does move pitifully slow. Contrast player, meanwhile, will be sent down here to deal with the Brute Mother. Brute Mother just get a few cheeky taps on him. Contrast player gonna back off right now. He does have a Stout Shield, gonna negate some of that spider damage as well. Base Boot's gonna be very good. Gonna go spin, gonna take off a lot of the spiders. Gonna get a lot of spiders. Yep, he gets a lot of the spiders. Gets the creep wave as well. But now he doesn't have the magic immunity. He has to be very careful about this. But Brute Mother will just spawn more, so she doesn't have to worry too much. And at this point, of course, last hits will be a bit inaccurate because Juggernaut will be picking up a lot of spiderlings, and invisibility will take up by Mushi. So Mushi gonna survive there. Ling looking for an Illuminate, but doesn't have any points in Mana Leak as well.
Illuminate my path, keeper.
Puck, meanwhile, has a Null Talisman, has the Threats, working towards his Blink Dagger. 600 gold up on him. Counterblast gonna steal a lot of farm from him. Mushi standing here in the mid lane, just getting some experience up, but still not having a good time of his life. Just being shut down so early in the game. Has his phase boost up now. Gonna be able to deal a bit more damage. And now Magnus gonna be very aggressive here. Does have his RP. They want to look for the Lone Druid. Lone Druid has popped his ultimate form. Has 1.3k HP now, so very tanky on him. Very hard to bring down. Observer Ward gonna be blocking as well as keeping tabs on this creep camp. Observer Ward gonna spot the rotation, so very well placed. Obs Ward here from the MUFC lineup. Still gonna maintain that advantage. Goal lead is gonna be about 750 in favor of them. Experience graph about 2000, just dipping down a little bit. KYXY, Arcane boots up his entire team, and Lust Baby meanwhile still not gonna get a lot of things here. He does have his Dream Coil up, so if there are rotations in, they might actually get some kills going their way. So both teams just sitting back and farming. Contrast playing, taking a lot of damage, but he has 4 points in healing ward. Yep, he's going to heal himself right up and going to be chakraing the creep. So Caudle going to be messing up there a little bit. Oh, and the spiders do get rid of the healing ward, so big play from them. But the healing ward at level 4 does regen the Juggernaut up to full health very, very quickly. Contrast player gonna get a lot of farm, gets the drums already, and the impale goes up, and the follow-up split off. There is no mana. There is no mana after the mana burn. No time for a spin, but he did get the spin last minute. But a bite from Brute Mother will take him down. So that was a very good dominating streak. And there comes Punk. He looks for the coil. He wants it, and he goes for the split. Lands the splitter from Last Baby. Caudle Blast goes on top of that as well. Stick charges will hit, but no, will be missing. Last Baby gets caught out here. Here comes Magnus. He has a shockwave, but haste on Last Baby gonna get him out of there alive. So it's gonna be a 1-for-1 Juggernaut for Leshrac. Pretty worth it, especially since it was at the back of a dominating streak. So Brute Mother will be even closer to her Orchid. Actually, really close already. 2 Oblivion Staffs up on her. About 400 gold more before the Orchid is ready. Mushi, meanwhile, gets a bit of space from his teammates, causing trouble around the map. And Lone Druid just using his bear to scout, rather using himself to farm up instead. Not wanting to get ganked out here, although he hasn't got any deaths. He doesn't want to start now. He has about 800 gold saved up. Tranquil Boots up on himself. Gloves as well as Orb of Venom up on the Panda. Meanwhile, pings out from Rubik, stacking up the small camp for Juggernaut to spin down. So Juggernaut's going to spin down small camp, go get some experience as well as farm. And it's going to help him a lot towards whatever item he's looking to. Is it going to be a Battle Fury? Is it a Shadow Blade? Is it going to be a Aghanim Scepter? KYXY really, really close to his blink. About 200 more, he will have his blink. And meanwhile, the Panda Bear going to be returned here by Lone Druid. Going to be holding off the creep wave. This is one of the strengths of the Lone Druid. Although he can't push against a Brute Mother or anti-push against Brute Mother, he can stop small creep waves like this without sustaining any tower damage. And KYXY has his Blink Dagger money. Going to be going to the side shot to pick that right up and looking for engagements in the middle lane, which will be happening soon with Juggernaut. With Juggernaut does put it in. Brute Mother does kill Puck solo. Puck solo with the Orchid. No, not even with the Orchid. Now the Orchid just flies in. But Puck must have overextended there for quite must have overextended quite hard there. It's going to get picked off here by Ohio. So Ohio having a lot of a greater game here as compared to the previous game where he went 1 for 4. Now he's going 2 for 0, has his arcade up by 14 minutes. This Broodmother is looking to be a big threat in the middle game as well as the late game, constantly pushing. Now we see here MUFC going to be pushing in the middle, but Broodmother is looking to go and take down the top lane if they're not careful. Mushi meanwhile is going to use the flat cannon, pushing back the creep wave and just stalling up the game. While Broodmother just caused a lot of trouble for the tower up top. But of course they do have a Kotal, so spiders aren't really a problem. So meanwhile, Huntress player still going to go in the middle lane, has 1.2k gold saved up, 1.3k gold. Still interested to see what he goes for. Healing ward does go down. So both carries just duking it out in the middle lane. And Shockwave goes out, clears out the creep wave, and with a Blink Dagger, FZY has to be very careful. Oh, but here comes a lot of heroes here. Nice triple man RP, gonna be skewering them the low ground, brings in Juggernaut, and this might not be a good idea. Call down lands on Puck as well. Second missile is gonna miss, but KYXY is gonna be in danger. Mushi goes down. X-Ting does pick up the Puck, so this is gonna be a 2-for-2 trade. Rubik as well as Puck gonna go down. So it's a great RP here. He spots them out with the Observer Ward. When the smoke broke, he immediately went for the tower here. Are they gonna go for the bear? Not gonna go for bear. Healing Ward gonna heal them all up. Bear's gonna be at full health. And also one thing to note as well, the Juggernaut with the Healing Ward gonna be able to heal the bear up. This will be a very powerful siege mechanism in the late game. They can just stand out there, send the bear in, send the bear out for healing, and just come back in. And Omnislash is on cooldown, so Huntress player will be getting out of there in time. Not gonna go for anything.
Dire just couldn't save that bottom tower.
So bottom tower does go down. Lone Druid gets the last hit on that, gets a lot of gold coming his way.
Radiant's mid tower could use a hand.
How much gold does he have? He has something. He's flying out Maelstrom. So it's going to be a Maelstrom, very standard build. One of the few item builds that goes. The Lone Druids do go for net worth up here at 7k for the Broodmother. Still at the top. Juggernaut's 5.6k. Yeah, the tier 2 did go down bottom. So the Broodmother did get a lot of farm from that. Puck throws on Orb. Gonna miss KYXY completely. But that was a really huge RP from him, catching out 3 heroes at the side here. We're not expecting him with this really random mid-game Observer Ward planted here. And that was a good pickup for them. It could have been disastrous, could have been a pick off on him, but instead he catches 3 and kills 1 instantly and gets another 1 killed. So very good play from him. He does lose his Gyrocopter, so Mushi just having a horrendous time here. 0 for 3 on him.
Dire's mid tower could use a little help.
Yeah, and guys, sorry about the hesitation I've been having. Must be the pizza getting to me a little bit. I did just come back from dinner. Lone Druid gets another tower in the middle lane. And now let's check out the gold graph. It's going to be pretty even, and experience graph about less than 1,000. So not really a lot going, not a lot of exchanges going on here. Net worth still sitting at 7k here. Broodmother is at the top, and KYXY does have his Blink Dagger, so we're looking to get an initiation of Lust Baby. Also has his Blink Dagger now, so that Blink into Silence into Coil will be really huge. So Orange has to look to not stick together during the team fights. Mushi working towards the drums as usual. So drum seems to be like the go-to item, but he does have an ancient stack here. So drum seems to be like the go-to item for most heroes nowadays, especially those behind. It's a good item, gives good movement speed, gives the bonus attack speed as well, the health, the mana, just good stats all around. Drums is a good item, and Mushi is gonna stack out this big ancient stack. Gonna miss actually. Yeah, gonna miss. So he'll be using the flat cannon to farm this up. Is he going to use it to farm it up? Yeah, I'm going to use the flat cannon to farm it up. And we'll be getting a lot of gold and experience from this. Meanwhile, FZY not with his bear. Bear's going to scout out this push. And wow, a lot of low HP ancients here. A lot of low HP ancients. Mushi, are you going to try? This might actually be worth fighting for. Cooldown going to be used by Mushi here. Possibly out of rage, I guess. Yeah. He has not been getting a lot of farm. He used the flat cannon, and he'll be fine with the rest of this ancient.
Radiant's top tower's taking hits.
Yep, he does get a lot of ancients, a lot of levels. He does hit level 10 now, and he is only up at 4,600 net worth. So this guy, we're used to seeing him with a lot of items up, but now this game he's just been shut down so bad. And here comes Juggernaut with the Shadow Blade already up on him. Bye bye Mushi. Cordo Blast gonna go. Broodmother picks off Puck once again, and here goes Mushi. Omni Slash up on him, not a chance. and all that money he got from the Ancients will be lost right now. And there are 3 very big half health Ancients, but Brood Mother already pushing at the tier 3 tower, taking 1/3 of its health. We'll be backing off here. Rubik does steal or spawn Spiderlings, something very nice for him to pick up. The Spider's going to be able to counter push this lane a little bit more. Contrast player, meanwhile, goes for the Shadow Blade, so that was his item of choice eventually. It does allow him to get into close positions, go with that early backstab damage from Shadow Strike, Shadow Blade, and then go for the spin as well as the Omni Slash. Does a lot of burst damage coming out, and the Courier, Radiant Courier, going to be sitting up here. Contrast player, meanwhile, still continuing to farm here, but Mushi just not getting as much farm as he would like. And Magnus, meanwhile, hasn't got much of item progression. We're going to see if anything in the stash coming out. Ohio seems to be picking up a good game here. Goes for the Ogre Club, wants to work towards his Black King bar. Yeah, wants to look for his Black King bar here. Ohio still camping around, using his spiders, but Rubik spiders are causing a lot of trouble here. They're going to be out. They'll be out swarming the Brood Mother instead.
Illusion.
So Juggernaut activates another illusion rune. We'll be going towards that, and there's been pings towards Roshan. Koto says, "Let's go to Rosh." There, and it's also very easy, especially at the back of with the back of that healing wall. Just gonna heal everyone up. As well, okay, and Leshrac gets caught out here by the bear. A nice coil, going to catch out the Rubik as well as the going to catch out the Leshrac as well as the Nyx. But RP goes out here. Juggernaut going to be spinning. Is he going to get the Magnus? Magnus gets throws out last shockwave before going down. So Juggernaut goes down before the Magnus, and there's a lot of experience coming out. And Mushi once again getting mana leaked up, getting orbed up, and he's going to go for the TP. Is there a lift up? There's a lift off here. Rubik throws out the spawn filings and just tasers him with the Fade Bolt. So he goes down. Mushi dying for the 5th time this game. Nothing much. Last Baby, meanwhile, going to throw out an orb, going to push out this creep wave with Mushi down, with Magnus down, RP down as well. They're going to look to push this wave. And Rubik with those spawn Spiderlings, going to be very easy for him. Nyx Assassin has Vendetta in about 10 seconds.
Dire's mid tower won't
So
last.
Leshrac did opt for the Lightning Storm eventually. Still does have an urn as well as a couple of wards on him as well as the boots. Not doing that well, but Rubik, meanwhile, going to have a lot of spawn Spiderlings. This is going to help towards his goal as well. And Puck has to be very careful. He's caught out here. He has to be very careful. And incoming TP here. Incoming TP from Magnus. Impale up on Last Baby. Is that going to be a matter? But that's going to be a matter. As well as Spike. Spike's going to stun him up. And that's going to be... Whoa, that's a very short skewer. And it's going to miss completely on Puck. Puck just jamming that ethereal John here. Surprised to see the Nyx Assassin. The Magnus didn't follow up with the skewer, I think. Yeah, he didn't follow up immediately with the skewer, so going to be missing out on a kill on Puck there. And is it me or is my sound getting a bit screwy? You guys tell me in this chat. If there's nothing wrong, I'll just restart my Dota after this. But if it is, I'll try to work it out. But Gem is picked up here by the Puck. He does go for the Staff of Wizardry, possibly going for a 4-staff or Eel-Scepter. Eel-Scepter is really good on the Puck. Allows him to escape out of nearly any kind of situation. KYXY. We'll see the Invis rune taken away from him by the Panda Bear. Already up at the Armlet. So not going for the Maelstrom. Armlet seems to be the item of choice of most lone druids nowadays. The Maelstrom as well. So it's Armlet as well as the Maelstrom. So both items already up on the lone druids. But still, Brood Mother sitting at the top of that net worth. Gonna look at the last hits and denies for a moment there. 152 last hits here with the 9 denies. Juggernaut at 120 last hits and lone druid at 110. Lightning Storm going to go out, pushing out this creep wave once again. And Orange are gathering as 5 here in the bottom lane. Defending Mushi. Mushi has been dying a bit too many times for his liking, so he's calling his team to come to his aid. And he does pick up an Ogre Club, so working towards that BKB. Meanwhile, the Radiant haven't been stacking Ancients for the Juggernaut, but I guess he doesn't have a Battle Fury, so it's not much of a point to actually stack up the camp for him. But he does have a healing ward, and he does help him a lot. As the Brood Mother Spider is going to be finding the healing ward here. Nope, not going to be finding it. But Horntrash player will be getting this creep camp without much opposition. And X-Sting. Is he going for anything? Net as well. And Ohio already looking very close towards his Black King bar, and once he gets that magic immunity up, he will be looking very good. But he still has the Panda Bear to deal with. The root going to be very dangerous for him. Also prevents him from going invisible. And now FZY has to be very careful. There's going to be a rotation in from the Nyx Assassin. There's going to be a Spiders. There's going to be a call in here. There's going to be a stand up from FZY. Is there any TP support? Supports are rotating in. You can already see, but Split Up goes out as well as the Orchid. FZY will go down here, dominating here from Ohio. Huntress player coming in here with the Shadow Blade, and it's going to be an Omni Slash. There's going to be an Omni Slash. Nobody has Spiders to tank this up. So another thing to note is Spiders will be very good at tanking up Omni Slash charges.
Trouble brewing.
Rubik meanwhile has stolen Spike Carapace, not the best spell but still decent. And Mushi looks to be getting this, gets called up. RP gonna be cancelled here, so very quick RP cancel here by KYXY. Mushi gonna snap the coin at the last minute, gonna go down for the 6th time this game. Pops the drum charge out of desperation, and Puck will throw one more little light ball at him. Yep, and he dies, and Mushi will be watching KYXY just run away, unable to save his buddy there. Net, meanwhile, 1.3k gold, wants to look towards Arcane Boots perhaps. Extinct will be holding on to those Arcanes, holding on to that 1k, possibly going for the Dagon, or perhaps even 4 staff if he so desires. He has 1k go up on him, we're going to see what he goes for, or perhaps support items. That's going to set Mushi back behind further on his Black King buy, but he does have 1.4k, he can buy the Bleed KB recipe first. But they will be losing another tower here.
The dire best do something.
So it looks like it is something about the sound. It could be, I guess it could be fixed with a quick Dota restart, but that will affect the game. Well, if there is a pause, I will quickly get out of the game and just go back into, go back to my desktop and just start up Dota once again. I think it's just Dota running too long, and then here's a bug that surfaces after that. So meanwhile, we'll just try to deal with it. If there is a pause from the players, I'll just log out straight away. I'll just come back in. Shouldn't be too hard. And Kotal, meanwhile, picks up an urn as well. So surprised to see him not going for the Mech Rush. Will help his team get up a lot of that burst heal. Meanwhile, Winter has a smoke up on him. 1k gold sitting in his bank. Not going for anything right now. Last did eventually opt for the Eel Scepter. Gonna be adding towards that defense, as well as a pseudo kind of disable. Bear's gonna be scouting out Magnus once again, but Lone Druid way far away at base. But Lone Druid, what's he doing? Not so sure. It's probably kind of disrupt the creep wave. Broodmother comes in with a huge army, and we'll be looking to apply even more pressure here. Gyrocopter once again gonna be caught out here. Mushi just seems to be the aim of the hit here. Mushi gonna be caught out once again. Counterblast gonna fly the top wave, and RP lands on 3, and it's gonna be a skewer. Gonna be pushing all of them out. Rubik steals the skewer, so not gonna be an RP here. Gonna be dropping very low here. Rubik does skewer to the low ground. Gonna be TPing out, but KYXY gonna go down. Killing spree here for last baby by here. Juggernaut gonna be chopping here. Omni Slash goes out on the Broodmother. Broodmother gonna be dropping very low here. Gonna hit on the Puck, but Puck does go on the Eel-Scepter. The Horn Trash player can't fight the Broodmother, especially with the ultimate on. The lifesteal is just too great for him. Horn Trash player going into the Shadow Blade. Gonna be surviving that. Sentry Wall spots him out. Is there gonna be a bite here? And Broodmother gets another kill. Ohio just going unstoppable here. Last baby gonna be getting out of there alive with his bunch of escape tricks. Blink Dagger as well as Illusion Rune to boot here. It's gonna get a bit more regen coming right up. He does have his gem, so losing his life there will not be beneficial for his team.
You know the drill.
Illusion Rune, he tries to go for the kill here. Silence up on him, and Net very low on HP, goes for the Gold Scepter just in time. So very good for him. And Eel Scepter gonna be denying that, but it's very good kill from Last Baby. Solo kill here on the Leshrac. Very brave of him despite the Nyx Assassin being in the neighborhood, but he just knew his strengths and his limits, and he managed to pick off the Leshrac. So very good kill from him there. Get a little bit of collateral from that horrendous fight going the way of the Orange Esports there. Mushi did go down, but Ohio picks up a lot of kills at the back of that. So meanwhile, guys, thanks for tuning in. Beyond Summit has very nicely, very kindly allowed me to cast here for you guys. Yeah, I'm very honored and really very glad for this opportunity. And of course, I do try to monitor the chat because I am solo casting, but I do try to monitor the chat at my side from time to time, so I might feel distracted once in a while. I'll stop doing that as the fight gets, well, I guess gets more serious. I would not do that as much, but I just want to make sure that you guys aren't experiencing much problems with the game here. And Nyx Assassin picks up a Blink Dagger, so this is gonna be a good initiation coming out the way of Nyx Assassin. It's gonna be very, very huge for him. And not a casual call down here from Mushi. Feeling that he has nothing better to do now, he's just gonna throw it out. What's Bert has? What does Mushi have? Does Mushi have his BKB? No, he doesn't have any of that. So Mushi just dying a little bit too much here, but Broodmother does get the solo kill here on Roshan. And we'll pick up the Aegis of Immortal. 28:45 is the timing on that. 28:45. Gonna be the timing on that Roche. Ohio will be getting that BKB Yasha as well as Orchid Malevolence. So taking up the role as hard carry here in this game. Alright, so apparently there's no sound problem, so thank you whoever said that. I did check the stream out for a little bit. Apparently it's lagging on my laptop, so not so good for me. I've been wondering why the chat did freeze there for a moment. But Last Baby gotta get caught out here. Impale is gonna miss completely and the blink away. Last Baby just so difficult to lock down a puck. Even harder to lock down a puck compared to a Queen of Pain, I think. So looks like the sound bug's only coming in through my end. That's not too bad for you guys. I'm having a half Diatite, half Frostivus overlay right now, so it's really cool. Or HUD as you call it. Extinct meanwhile going to be hugging this tower here, buying a TP scroll. Has a blink dagger, looks to pick up anyone that's unsuspecting. And Ling meanwhile has a Threats, goes Threats on a Keeper of the Light here. Not going for the Tranquil Boots, going for a different kind of build, going for the bulky. Doesn't want to be picked off by Nyx Assassin. Bear looks for something, has a Hyperstone up on him. Going to see if he goes into the Mjolnir or the AC. And here comes Ohio, a very pimped up Brute Mother. He's just redeeming himself for the horrendous game he played earlier with the Brute Mother. Not doing very well, just feeding a lot of deaths to the tri-lane.
Radiant's bottom tower have seen better days.
FZY meanwhile going to be heading down here with his team here, going to be farming up the Ancients. Nope, using the bear once again as a scout, so not wanting to take any risk. But meanwhile Mushi has got off his BKB despite the deficit here, but a very good stacking from his supports. Gonna let him get back into this game. 0 for 7 and yet he gets his BKB by 31 minutes, so it's pretty impressive here for the Gyrocopter. Stacking Ancients is the way to go. I really apologize if there's a change in my voice compared to the other games, guys. I've been casting since 3 o'clock. I've tried to drink as much water, but casting is kind of a new thing. I've just been into it a couple of months, so throat's still not as tanky as I like it to be. So it does make my words a little bit more slurred. I'll try to enunciate a little bit clearer now. Meanwhile, all of them are gathering up. There's a Smoke of Deceit. Drop on the floor. Nyx Assassin wants to be going. Wants to be popping that smoke. Not gonna go for it. Not gonna go for it. So they're just gonna be walking casually down, ignoring the fact that there might be observer wards. Mushi gonna be taking the front lines. He's like, I'm in. I've died 7 times. What worse? How much worse can it get? So Ohio meanwhile gonna be farming this bottom lane here, just pushing it out. This Brute Mother, 3,000 gold up on him already, very farmed up. Last hits and denies, we see him already at 221. If you're gonna look at the net worth, 14k, still leading. As when kills death and assist. Here's the Puck. Puck has 7 kills, Juggernaut has 7 kills as well. So a lot of kills on the MUFC side. But Orange let him pushing on. Here comes Nyx Assassin with the Impale initiation, only standing up the bear though. So not a lot, not really good here. Mushi spending his ultimate for that one already. So, and the spiders are going to be de-warding this, so very clever play from them. Silence out on Last Baby. Going to be U-Sceptering. Another thing to use the U-Scepter for is, of course, U-Scepter is a dispel kind of ability. The Cyclone takes you up in there, dispels the silence. So very good counter against the Brute Mother. Silence might not want to be good use on him. And here comes Nyx Assassin again, going with the Impale on an illusion. Not the best here. Manali does come out on Ohio. Does he want to go for this? Here comes a 3-man Koi. Extinct as well as Mushi, as well as the Brute Mother. Going to be caught out here by Mushi, popping his BKB a bit prematurely there. I guess after 7 deaths, you kind of get a bit touchy when people come near you. But there's a waste of a BKB 10-second charge on that as well. So it's 9 seconds now and 60 seconds not available for Mushi. And KYXY going to be having a 4-staff as well as a Blink Dagger. Just wants to get into that fight. He's been finding it difficult for himself, I guess. And Extinct. I'm just getting very confused here. Extinct going to have that Blink Dagger. Going to go for the initiation. Looks for it a couple of times but doesn't find it. Go Scepter out one less Shrek, like we see a couple of minutes ago. Going to be helping him deal with the Lone Druid as well as the Juggernaut. FZY. What's he got on his bear? I see something in his stash. So it's gonna be an Assault Cuirass, not gonna be a Maelstrom. I mean, not gonna be a Mjolnir from that Maelstrom. Gonna go for that Assault Cuirass. Gonna give that armor bonus as well as the armor minus, negative armor to the orange lineup, and it's gonna help them do a lot more damage as well with the Juggernaut Omni Slash. Gonna help that a lot as well. And Brood Mother already empowered up. The bear is just going to be banging away this tower, and there's nothing really that Orange can do about this. They're going to lose this tower for free. The spider is just going to be hugging that. And here comes another double coil, double silence. 4 stuff immediately out by Magnus, and Juggernaut does come in here. Net going to be silenced out, pops the Mental Stop, but Last Baby does get the kill here on Nyx Assassin. Is that going to be Omni Slash? Hey, here comes the Mana Leak. He wants to go for the Omni Slash, but he doesn't want to use it. He doesn't get it off, doesn't even use the Gold Scepter for that. And MUFC taking a very big lead in this fight here. The Lone Druid Bear just going to town. RP lands on 2. No, only lands on Kodo as well as the Bear. And here comes a counter RP here from Winter. Winter stole it just perfectly there. Omni Slash not even used for this. Here comes the Omni Slash. Omni Slash going to be on Mushi. Mushi holding his ground. But the Brood Mother not be able to do enough damage there. Taking too much damage from the Juggernaut. Gonna go down with the constant crits up on him. Just gonna be smashed through, even through that BKB. He's gonna be killed. And a very big streak ender as well, unstoppable streak ender, and Juggernaut does get the last hit on that. So now with the Lone Druid Bear as well as Juggernaut, they're going to be pushing towards this tier 3 tower, and possibly even a Rex. There is no RP for the next 1 minute or so, and now with the Rex going down, Orange looks to be dropping this game 1 in this best of 3 series in the semi-finals of the GEST, and 4 stuff does go out from KYXY, goes for the Gold Scepter as well, so all trying to avoid the Juggernaut Slash. And Nyx Assassin goes in with his Spike Carapace, tries to stun up someone, but not getting any. And the Bear just going to town here on the melee Rex. Mushi dropping down very low. FZY getting skewered back in. Is he gonna drop? Yes, he will. He will drop here. Gyrocopter will get his first kill of the game. And Link will be blinking. Nope. Puck will be getting killed by Magnus there. So not being able to get out of that at last. But Kotal, meanwhile, will be walking away with the blinding light, pushing the enemies back. Huntress player, meanwhile, not giving a damn. Gonna be farming at the jungle. Nope. Will be TPing out right now. 21 to 15. They do get the melee Rex for that one, so pretty well worth the trade in my imagine. And a Gold Graph just spikes all the way up to 5,000, and Experience Graph also 5,000, dipping down a little bit after that fight, but 5,000 in favor of MUFC for both across the board. So to free Snow 2, I just brought up the Gold and Experience Graph. I'm so sorry. Yep, just brought that up. And let's bring up another last hits and denies up here. 240 last hits here on Brood Mother and Lone Druid 207, Gyrocopter 204. So Mushi has caught up despite dying so many times. He has gotten 2 kills out of that last engagement. He has decided to stop dying after 7, so 7 is his lucky number. Net does have a lot of defensive items on Magnus as well. 4 staff, Gold Scepter as well as the Blink Dagger. X-Sting has a Blink Dagger, has been using that initiation, tries to go in with the he tries to use the Spike Carapace as a kind of AoE stun, because there's a lot of AoE coming out from MUFC, but so far it's not been yielding a lot of results. So but still, it could work. It does dissuade some of the nukes flying out from the MUFC lineup, and again they're going to the high ground. They're going to go gather for a smoke. Doesn't look like it. Let's right. Does he pick up a smoke? Does the courier have it? What if all the heroes missing on the map and no observer was to scout them out? Well, the creep wave does spot out Mushi right now, but still, MUFC will be on the defensive right now. We'll be going for it, and Hontrash player still farming, already up in Manza style, point booster, Shadow Blade, already a staff of Wizardry in his inventory as well, and Smoke gonna go out here. Magnus looking for an RP, looks for a pickup. These 2 Juggernaut illusions, of course. Hopefully they don't jump on him. Already Vendetta. Here comes the Brood Mother. Brood Mother is going to be pushing away this creep wave with the Empower. And it's going to be biting down this here creep wave very quickly. And hopefully, Orange, the plan for Orange right now, bait with the Brood Mother, and when their rotation does come in here from MUFC, they will just jump in there. KYXY already in position, the smoke gonna getting, but no, MUFC not gonna give them that opportunity. Gonna be going in with the Bear, heading towards tier 3, and Orange have to respawn here. Brood Mother does get the bottom tier 2. They do get the bottom tier 2, but they are going to be going, have to return back to base, or else they'll be losing this tier 3 tower as well to the Bear. The Bear getting a lot of damage done to him, but will be getting that back up with the with the help of the healing ward. So this is a very strong push or battle siege tactic that MUFC can actually pull out. But now, Last Baby as well as Link gonna be backing off here. Horn Trash player going back to the bottom lane, gonna be continuously farming. Already has his Aghanim Scepter up on him, so that's 12 slashes on the level 16 Omni Slash. Gonna be doing a lot of AoE damage, physical damage as well, a lot of damage. But there is a lot of Gold Scepters in anticipation already. When a Butterfly for Mushi, so Mushi farming really fast. Butterfly already ready for him, right? Yeah, got the Butterfly already up on himself. So Mushi, despite his horrible start, did manage to get back into the game. Web going to be thrown out in Roche Pit. Checking out if Roche is being done in. X-Thing meanwhile still not having any item progression. KYXY, none for him as well, and none for the Leshrac. So a lot of farm going away of Broodmother. Broodmother also going for the evasion, and Juggernaut perhaps want to see him get an MKB with the 2 Talisman of Evasions coming out of the MUFC as well as Orange lineup. And there's a potential big fight coming out here. The webs do spot out Juggernaut, and there could be an RP into an Aegis steal here if they're not careful. Here it goes. Here comes the stun from Nyx Assassin as well. RP going to catch out Juggernaut. Juggernaut, big mistake from him. And here comes a nice 2 coil, but an Omni Slash gets off here because of the very slow reaction time. And the Aegis drops to the floor. Magnus picks up. No, Juggernaut picks up the Aegis. Magnus didn't have the space. He did drop the item for it, but Aegis is immediately spammed. Mushi is going to go down. Root Gaming. No, Lone Root goes down first, and Mushi will be surviving on 140 HP. The Broodmother just slowing down this Horn Trash player so slow with the incapacitating bite. And will be slowing down solo, but Mushi does go down. Ohio will be chasing the Horn Trash player, silence up on him, and KYXY does not want any part of this. Lone True does buy out. Last Baby does pick off the Nyx Assassin, or was it Leshrac? Yeah, picks off Leshrac in the back lines. That gem dropped to the ground, and they're gonna pick this up. No, gonna walk over it. Despite the gem change, still no one sees the gem, and they'll be making a beeline for the base, I think. Nyx Assassin, Horn Trash player, he's gonna come in here. 30 seconds to Omni Slash. And with the bear, they're going to be going up here at the top lane. Going to try and push this down with the healing ward. There's very little that Orange can do to stop this this tier 3 from falling, as well as the mid-racks. Going to go down to Horn Trash player as well as the Panda. And this might be game over for Orange here. A very early first blood from the pup into a couple of kills on Mushi did really slow down his farm, and it really affected him. So despite getting the Butterfly up, it's still not enough. With the bear being so fat on items, already going for Javelin as well, going for the MKB, Maelstrom up on him as well, Assault Cuirass. And here comes the Skewer, gonna be skewering back the Juggernaut as well as the Lone Druid, but instant spin here from Horn Trash player. Mana Leak gonna be draining KYXY, always mana, no mana in the RP. And it's gonna be a case of the Mega Creeps here for MUFC, so it's probably gonna be a 1-0 here. Yep, it will be a 1-0 here. MUFC gonna be taking the first game against Orange. Juggernaut will die here. Mega Creeps and double RP on Lone Druid. Koto go down. FZY will die as well. Last Baby gets a killing spree. Tries to go for the AWP. Does not get here. And he will be... Nope. He'll cancel his AWP and will TP out. Mushi calls GG. Last Baby calls GG. And this will be GG. Very well played indeed. MUFC just executing perfectly. 42 minutes in, and they do claim the victory. Orange was very behind throughout the entire game. They just did focus Mushi over and over and over, and this poor guy did not have a break at all. 4-9. I'm surprised he farmed as much as he did. BKB as well as a Butterfly, despite this 9 deaths on him. But a great game indeed from MUFC. Gonna get game 1 from this semi-finals. The throne does shatter into a million little pieces, and of course yeah, going to be shattering into a million little pieces, and Radiant will be taking victory here. MUFC taking 1 game off Orange in this best of 3 in this GST semifinals. I'm your host, Lysander Zenora. Big shout out to Dota Talk, Western Digital, as well as Gigabyte for hosting this tournament. It's really good for them to sponsor esports, and well, thanks to Beyond Summit for letting me cast with you guys. I've been casting since 3 PM. It's been really fun. I've been a little bit tired. I'm sorry if I'm tripping over myself a lot here, but really, it's been really fun. Waiting for game 2. Follow me on Twitch, follow me on Twitter, and like me on Facebook. Hopefully the next game Orange can make a comeback and we can go to a game 3 for more Dota, or are we gonna see MUFC take a 2-0 stomp here? It remains to be seen. So stat screen for you guys who want to see it, and I'll see you guys later in a bit.